So I've heard about this frame building method, which I think originated probably in the 40s and 50s, maybe in the 60s, by the chopper guys who wanted to build cruisier motorcycles with longer forks and more rakes. And these guys were just building the bikes in their sheds. They didn't have much of the tooling they needed. And they were just piecing it together as they go along. And what they were doing was they were literally clamping the two wheels together along two beams of metal they had lying around. And then they were just piecing the bike together from there. This sounds pretty interesting to me, and given this is a bicycle for a hand-built bicycle show, I thought it'd be actually really cool to try this method out with the bike that I'm building. I've started piecing it together. I'm just going to take you through it. So you can see I've got this beam. Maybe if I go back. And I've clamped the two wheels to it. And you can see it's pretty damn straight. You load it off, the two wheels are pretty well parallel. It's hard to pick it. Just held together with wood working clamps. And I've put the front fork in. And here I can just start figuring out what sort of fork angle I want. And just start building it up from here. Start putting in the bottom bracket around there and the tubes. So it all looks pretty good so far. I'm just going to start piecing this together. Okay, so I'm just making up the seat tube now. Just a little trick for novice players. I'm about to miter the bottom bracket end, but I've already welded on the braze-on ends. This helps me get it in true. It's very difficult to get those braze-on straight when they're already on the frame. So I've made both the seat tube and the bottom bracket now. One of the things I'm concerned about, while I'm very excited by this jig-free method, is the accumulation of error. So what I'm just about to do is weld the bottom bracket onto the seat tube completely square, just making really doubly sure. Okay, so you can see I've got the bottom bracket welded onto the seat tube, and I've established where I want the bottom bracket in between the wheels and ground clearance to get the frame, so geometry I want. I'm just using a piece of RHS and some bits of steel for shim and a clamp. I've been able to get that theoretically straight to the wheels, and it seems pretty good so far. Let's see if I just sort of scroll around. There's the seat tube and wheels. Very slack angle, as you can see. I'm going for this whole cruiser thing. So soon we can start piecing together the rear end and deciding on just how slack we want to go with this head tube as well. Tune in next episode as I join all the gaps with bits of tube. In the meantime, check out some of our other customs on trisled.com.au/custom.